Go ahead. Oh. Does it take long? I can mute the mic. Okay. Did, APR never noticed me earlier.
But it's something that takes the worry off my mind.
Oh, that's good.
It removes one worry, but still leaves several thousand others.
Oh, of course.
But it's a tiny bit better.
Okay. Well, we definitely appear to be back. Oh, wait. It's saying session -20. I'll wait for that to hit 0 before I actually begin. Because I...
What did that do?
What? No, like the timer on the session for in the stream manager. And now it's at 0. There's one viewer. So, welcome back, or welcome back to me, whichever it is. So, having just finished Shadowrun Dragonfall, Orwell looks like a nice next step to take. It's a very different sort of game, but similar in tone, at least, in some ways. Similar vibe, I suppose. Similar bleak view of the future. Congratulations! You have been selected for the Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. I'll be the old man.
Oh jeez, I just had a bit of fridge logic.
Oh?
So, President Dunkleston gets assassinated via blood magic, right?
Yes.
Good thing you stopped Project Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
The Ezzies could have killed every dragon in one shot.
Uh-huh.
Probably starting a new scourge.
I need more to drink, but I will... Clumsy.
Shadowrun. Accidentally and unknowingly save the world repeatedly for profit.
Oh, hold on a sec. This, Ow!
Careful.
No.
Physical objects are usually solid.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This poor woman is named Elizabeth Forn. That could be misspelled so poorly.
There is wet spot over here.
Yeah, what's
And I'm not sure which of those it is.
Well, I started to say that one, but I don't think so.
One of those.
Alrighty.
How unpleasant.
I don't like some serious mud spots.
No. No doubt cat adjacent. Anyway,
Could be diagonal.
excuse me while I enter my
Just
email
this guy.
address.
There.
Excuse me while I annoy this cat.
Okay, it's this one right here.
Ah,
Unless it's more than one. No. Whoop. Yep, that's wet too. And I stuck my hand in it completely.
Ew.
Because I didn't think I was going to find anything more that was wet.
okay.
Well, you know how the cats are with their encores.
Please agree to the following term. Be diligent. Your work has severe impact.
Yes, Daniel, be diligent at your work, which is impacting Severes. I don't know who are the Severes.
Please agree to the following terms. I am aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. I agree to the terms stated above. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Freedom Plaza, April 12th, 2017, 7:48, 44, 45, 46. Searching. No record found. Police record found. Episode 1, the clocks were striking 13. You're online. Good. Call me Sims. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So, let's get started. I've activated the Reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed.
Sorry. The newspaper, the National Beholder.
Headlines. The leading newspaper of the nation. Fast, precise, honest. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. It's a good day to fall in love. Singular. Study with future. Stelligan University. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. First National Bank, putting the safe in safety.
You don't say.
Explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive strange letter.
Ooh, Army of the Nation.
Rosen Technologies. Shaping visions bit by bit.
Okay, I don't like that your boss's name Symes.
Sims, I think. But I understand the...
Yeah. Eric knows I did.
Negotiations in Triflith failed. Triflith. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. Movie shooting completed. 100 Grey Shadows. Valentine's Day 2018. Written and directed by Sumishi Aran. Rhubarb Productions. Hillberry. Shooting of Grey Shadows saga lasting 4 years finalized. 3rd part of the saga to hit movie theaters next Valentine's Day.
That sounds twice as grey as the other two.
Detonation destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Terrorist ambition suspected as a mysterious letter reaches authorities. The explosion obliterated the Freedom Memorial in Bonton, leaving nothing but rubble behind. Bonton. At approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed, and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirm that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song De Gedanken sind frei, The Thoughts Are Free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. JP. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. Triflith. Peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital of Triflith have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Cassart abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives, as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organization of re-elections. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It has been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighboring country, and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions.
They threw political screeds through windows? This must have been some tomes.
What?
Incendiary material.
Oh. Shooting of the Grey Shadows saga has finalized, third part of the saga to hit movie theaters next Valentine's Day. Hillberry. After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton, self-proclaimed visionary director Sumishi Aran announced that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama, 100 Grey Shadows, has finally come to an end. Announced via his Timelines profile yesterday, the brash director said he was eager to begin post-production and the final editing stages before the conclusion to the Grey Shadows series would hit the cinemas on Valentine's Day next year. The third and final chapter of the Grey Shadows saga, previous releases being A Grey Shadow and Another Grey Shadow, was announced to be released almost 4 years ago, but was postponed numerous times due to production problems. Fans have speculated that this was largely due to the breakdown of Hollywood power couple Betty Yvonne and Mike McDeal, who have had long-lasting quarrels during the filming as a result. One production hand was reported to say that the spats were getting out of control, and that completion of any scene featuring both actors was nothing short of pulling teeth. When we reached out to Rhubarb Productions to get a comment, they declined the rumors and claimed them to be mere speculation. My glasses are filthy.
Wait, ew. I mean, rhubarb. My glasses are filthy. The forgotten pie. What? Ew. So what?
Okay. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. How do I do that? Oh, there it is. Cassandra Watergate. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to upload them to our servers. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer, and you will see what I mean. Is this woman a terrorist? July 25th, 2016. Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago, remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. Bonton, the case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W., pictured above, who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration. I mean, it was there, but it's a busy place, and if she lives in the area, she is likely to go through there frequently. I mean, we saw her getting on a bus. She probably lives nearby. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's model project, the Safety Bill. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up there right before the explosion? Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused. Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labeled the alleged perpetrator alongside the other rioters as anti-government terrorists. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance?
Sam, stop jumping to conclusions, you fart.
Great, you have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators, like yourself, are the only ones allowed to access documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Port.folio, harboring outstanding art. Welcome to the port of Cassandra Watergate. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colorful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career, and put my stuff on Portfolio. Below you will find a hand-picked selection of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows on the left and right side of the pictures below. See something you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message on my UTEL account, thecassie92, and tell me which piece you'd like. I'm gonna make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing? Free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. Okay, well, having her contact information is relevant, and certainly not damning in any way. Good, you found a chat handle. That will allow us to overhear any conversation on that account. Oh. Great. The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. Kitties. My beloved furball Kikiko. Definitely the only family I need. Yep, that beaut is me. I was never sure about the title, though. The Businessman's Forgotten Daughter, or Victim of Traditionalism in Pink. What do you think? That is the sort of information that you would put into a that you would consider when profiling a perpetrator, daughter of entrepreneurs.
Relevant connection.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're not necessarily a perpetrator.
Yeah.
Just someone connected.
A suspect. Or person of interest, more generally.
Yeah, suspect / potential witness.
Yes.
Very easily potentially innocent. But also very much likely to be a potential source of useful information.
A Christmas present for my darling. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I'd have a hard time keeping it to myself. Hey, now APR sees me.
Why can't I full screen anymore? That's weird.
The listener. No communications recorded.
APR just now saw you,
Uh-huh.
Took it a bit.
and it got a correct screenshot, but it still said Dragon Hoosie.
Huh.
Shadow Dragon. Falling whoever.
Did you say Dragon Koozie?
Hoosie. Like Hoosie, what's he, how's he, Quincy?
Dragon Koozie, for keeping your dragons warm.
Or cool.
Or cool, if it's a white dragon.
Yeah.
Don't you use like a dragon beer for that?
Dragon beer?
Beer. It's like a double insulated thermosy thing used for holding stuff like liquid nitrogen. Maybe a vacuum flask.
Okay, quit previous day job. Interesting. We should find out what that job was.
Yeah, that's relevant.
New portrait.
I don't like his attitude, though. It seems like it's going to be way too possible to accidentally get him to condemn someone.
Yeah, that's why I want to be careful with the data that I submit. Hey, you. Hey, Jossie. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. Can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Wine? What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-around badass, have in mind this time? Prob's just a business call from one of his favorite clients. Actually, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business, Cassandra. I thought as much. And APR sees me again. Guess I better pick up shitloads of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. One bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight.
She dating her lawyer?
Sounds like it. Oh, whatever. I guess I shouldn't pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma, aka my parents, then. Oh, come on, I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Yeah, maybe. Gotta go now. Text you later. XOXO. Daughter of pharmaceutical entrepreneurs. What?
This time it's got the game name correct.
Say what?
This time it's got the name of the game correct.
Yeah.
Good.
But it still doesn't see your 2 whole viewers.
It doesn't always.
Yeah, I see him from my angle.
Watergate, pharma entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Connection to Joseph Langley. You now have a profile for a related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Data chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into their relevant profiles.
Duh.
I'm going to leave the bit about the her taking her lawyer/boyfriend's credit card out for the time being.
Yeah, she clearly has his implicit post hoc permission.
Yeah. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Investigation into the malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Orwell informs me you just encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the content of 2 data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision. Once the information has been parsed, there is no way to reverse your choice. Well, that's unfortunate.
Really? What about going back and grabbing the data chunks that got eliminated?
I don't know. It would honestly, like, it would make for less of a game, but if this were an actual thing, it would really behoove the designers to allow the watchers to grab every data chunk available, even if they conflict, highlight those conflicts, and then turn them over to the supervisors.
Yeah, because the conflicts are probably clues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? What? No, behoove.
I guess I was thinking Jay-Z.
Behove, I think, is the past tense of behove.
I'm not ready.
Now Mom's singing Jay-Z on the stairs.
Is that another?
Say what?
Is that one of his albums or tracks?
No.
On the Stairs by Jay-Z.
No.
They're like a cover band named Jay-Z on the Stairs.
The case that has been at the center of media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. was acquitted of the alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place, with the case being closed due to a lack of evidence yesterday. However, the case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. Well, yeah, it's conflict. Oh, that's the... The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above, welcomed this outcome. At no point has there ever been any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering. The defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the result of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. The victim, a father of 2 young sons, was rushed into hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma, unresponsive to treatment.
And the head of the Department of Homeland Security, Chris Krebs, has been fired because he openly and publicly stated there's no evidence of any wrongdoing in this election, no evidence of fraud, no discarded ballots, no there's nothing to see here. For real, nothing to see. The election was correct.
We looked.
Yeah, we looked, we found nothing that he's complaining of, and so Trump says, you're fired. And explicitly said, it's because the guy don't agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's disagreeing with my lies. He won't parrot my lies, and so he's fired.
Just gotta be careful if you put someone in who's actually like full on truthful. They might report some misdoings, just not in the direction he wants them to be.
See, and that's it. So many of these people are 100% political appointees. He put them there. But he expects 100% fealty to whatever he says, whatever he wants. He expects these people to be, right behind it, rank and file, just right there backing him up. And even some of those people who worship Trump say, oh no, this is not what I signed on for. No, I'm not doing that. That's bad for the entire country to say that, and I will not do it. So
This is what I figured. A pity that the CCTV feed did not actually help. Maybe it will today. Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Products, company, jobs. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives with our industry-leading range of products, making an important contribution to your well-being. New lemon taste, mood-elevating medification. I can talk. Metharin Blue.
More barbs in the hall.
Oh boy.
what?
More barbs in the hall.
Jeez.
They're very watery.
Yeah, see this these white spots. Some of them feel teeny look like bars. They look more like just drips of some kind. There's no bubbling.
Presence, Byron. Suffering from insomnia. Company. The name Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceutical research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the area of medicine, and at the same time is the largest medication exporter to all areas of the world. The business Watergate Pharmaceuticals Inc. has been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since its foundation in 1931. Bruno Watergate, Chief Executive Officer. Why can't I add him to the connections? CEO of Watergate Pharmaceuticals Inc. is Bruno Watergate, grandson of our founder, Edgar Watergate. Apart from working in the family business, Mr. Watergate is also the founder of the Central Pharmacy Congress and head of the charity foundation Children of Parges. Dr. Alice Watergate, head of R&D. Junior COO. Carrying the family tradition to the next generation, Alice's and Bruno's daughter Cassandra will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year-long story. Appointed to be a COO of a pharmaceutical company, probably by one of her parents. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Ah, now I see. Keeping it a family affair. Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look at it and see if there's any new information available. Crime rate continues to drop. The Ministry of Security has presented the latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. Delacroix gave a press conference early this morning. Photo, Ministry of Security. Bonton. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published the new crime statistics report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the Safety Bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established, which will have a considerable impact preventing further incidents. The Safety Bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the Safety Bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The Safety Bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transiting through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Since the Safety Bill has come into effect in 2011, the total numbers of acts of crimes and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date.
Unemployment, on the other hand.
The Parges peacekeeping mission. The terrorist incident of 2008 was the terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Parges, a region torn by civil unrest for years by the order of the previous government. To fix our president's mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. After the Parges peacekeeping mission had been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighboring country to perform tasks including the distribution of aid packages containing food in addition to health and hygiene products to the mostly impoverished nation, the rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells, training local police and military forces. Due to a recent stabilization in the Parges, we have been able to reduce the number of stationed forces while leaving the overall goals of the peacekeeping mission intact. positions are 5 pillars for a great nation. Safety and security. We firmly believe in strict safety regulations and mechanisms to preserve the life and well-being of every individual. Economy and commerce. A strong economy equals a strong society. This is why we strive for constant, healthy growth. Values and tradition. Our cultural origins, as well as the significance of family and communal life, must be cherished. Migration and foreign affairs. Gating immigration from and intervening in foreign countries are necessities to uphold law and order in our own. Education and health. Rock-solid education and healthcare systems are the foundations of a great future. People. Robert Blaine, Prime Minister. Prime Minister Blaine, as much remarkable visionary as unmatched leader, is a member of the party in the fourth generation. When the surprising death of the previous leader of the party, Mrs. Goddard, left behind a power vacuum, it was the young Robert Blaine who stepped up and was elected as the new head unanimously. Just as in this exemplary case, Mr. Blaine will take initiative whenever possible and is sure not to relent until the party's ambitious goals have been achieved. Arthur Scott Gallagher, Secretary of Economy and Trade. Mr. Gallagher, one of the most seasoned members of the party, is in charge of the Ministry of Economy and Trade. As such, he is directly responsible for reduced tax levels for big and medium-sized corporations, as well as the resulting decline of the unemployment rate. Reducing taxes on big corporations, eh?
I don't feel like that has anything to do with the unemployment rate.
No. Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security. The Ministry of Security, dedicated to the purpose of improving the nation's safety on the interior, was formed directly after the elections in 2009, just as originally proposed by Catherine Delacroix. Mrs. Delacroix was subsequently granted the position of the first Secretary of Security. She is best known for the inception of the Safety Bill, elevating security standards in the country to a new level. Peter Faulkner, Secretary of Defense. Like the actor? The Commander-in-Chief of the nation's forces does not tire to stress the importance of stability in the nation's neighboring countries. To that end, Mr. Faulkner created the Parges Peacekeeping Mission, which played a key role in the prevention of terrorist activity occurring on the nation's soil. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool. I'd like to see Columbo in the government.
President Columbo.
And speaking of the inspectors general, he would make a great IG.
That's true.
You know, nothing would get past. One more question, sir. We get to the bottom of everything.
Yep.
And Trump would have been impeached, convicted, and out on his ass.
CIA Director Columbo.
Yeah.
Out on his ass and then immediately back in court for various crimes.
Mm-hmm.
All those crimes he's done.
But now wait, in order to get Trump, he has to be FBI, right?
Probably.
Yeah. CIA can't do anything inside the country.
Right.
Or
Wait, what?
technically they're not allowed to. God only knows what they really actually get up to. Like I said, Inspector General.
Yeah.
They're the ones tasked with making sure nobody gets away with anything.
Become a part of the party. There are many ways in which you can contribute to the nation's success. Becoming involved with the party is a huge one. If you are willing to give your all for a brighter future of the nation, and consequently all of the world, come and join us. Find out how. Donate. The party is always grateful for donations of any amount. Your gift will directly help the party to continue its course to build a stable, safe, and positively conservative nation. Ugh. Volunteer. Support a local group of volunteers to get in touch with the nation's leaders and champion the topics that matter the most to you and your family. Become a member. Being a member of the party is a life-altering calling, as you will represent the party in political matters on a communal or national level. Get in touch and apply to us. Join the army of the nation. The party is a big promoter of direct service to the homeland. If you think you have it in you to defend the freedom of the nation in foreign countries and help stabilize them, get enlisted now. Excuse me. Yeah, stabilize.
Mm-hmm. Stabilized.
Watergate Pharmaceuticals is currently looking for suitable candidates for the following positions. Please address all applications to Josephine Marquardt, head of HR at jobs@watergatepharma.tna.
TNA?
Yes, the nation.
Oh.
Not...
Okay, good. Good.
I assume that they just didn't think of that
I guess
when...
they didn't want to do TN because Tennessee.
We are urgently looking for a chief operating officer to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Currently, I am thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change, don't you agree? Let's find out what happened in between these two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift? If you'll excuse me, I need to record my life. Have an ad to ignore.
Wait, this girl was COO?
Appointed, not yet taken the job of CEO. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which she didn't want to be.
Jack is in our yard now.
Oh dear.
At least that's where Carolyn seems to be leaning over and hollering in our yard.
fence extender thingy.
Yeah.
Like, you know how military installations, prisons have these little things go that way?
Yeah.
So it's overhang.
Yeah.
Like that, but with like tasteful slats of wood instead of razor wire.
Yeah, something that he couldn't hurt himself on.
Something just to, prevent ascent.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Back to here. Research internship. Of course it's an unpaid internship.
Wait, she was interning as junior COO?
Wait, what? No, that's just another listing.
Okay. That sounds like a nightmare amount of work for an internship.
Why can't I grab his profile picture and drag it over there?
Yes, yes. I already did that. Sure.
Status, you're invited to tea inside the rabbit hole. Cassandra Watergate, pop artist and freethinker.
Yeah, she mentioned this rabbit hole before. Not sure if that's a place or a group.
Art, music, activism? What a lineup. Oh, shut up.
What a common lineup.
Uh-huh.
It's tipicamente. Pendejo. I'm pretty sure it's pendejo, but I said pendejo.
Cassandra likes The Targets, painting, Alice in Wonderland, my cat Kikiko. Woohoo, first day in freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate Pharma. What? Who's gonna pay for your stuff now? Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I am not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay all my bills. Don't you worry about me. Huh. January 29th, 2 months before that. Despised puppets of the state, you have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There is nothing left to do but to congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. F all of you government lackeys. Most painfully, Cassandra. Sweetie, what's the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You'd feel much better. Mary, just shut your freaking mouth, okay? I am not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again, I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about my best friend, no matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder. But in that case, that's in the past now. There is a conflict with an unknown data chunk. Cassandra is in a relationship with Joseph Langley. With her lawyer? Might be noteworthy.
It's already known, doof.
We already knew that, but it wasn't a data chunk yet because it hadn't been established in clear terms.
Right.
Specifically, a Facebook status, a Facebook relationship status change is it carries weight, apparently. Whereas a conversation that implies it, but doesn't explicitly state it, is less so. The Beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed to this shit, but surprise, surprise, they had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click counts go boom, doesn't it? At least you are redeemed now. Want to blow off steam together with a little late-night shopping tour? Not today. I have a date this evening. Ooh, who's the lucky one? Case closed. Congratulations. I never had any doubts about it. Kiddo, you're my heroine in both the heroic and drug way. 1,000 cams on the plaza, but no proof. We've shown the world this dirty surveillance machinery only exists to intimidate and to mislead the people into believing false promises. Cams for safety, one big lie. Wow, I'm so happy for you. I knew everything would be okay in the end. Shall we have an awesome Cassandra Freedom party on Friday? Thank you guys, I'm so happy. I'm sure you heard the load fall off my mind.
You heard the load fall off my mind. I was thinking about bread.
Yeah, I will totally write an article in our blog. Of course, I am so in.
It's 2020 when everybody starts missing sourdough.
That concert was amazing. So amazing that I just had to give my hair a little makeover. So without further ado, how do you like it? OMG, what happened to your beautiful hair? Why didn't you ask me before going to a stylist? We could have gone together. Cassie's going punk. Did Mommy and Daddy agree with that? Looks nice. It's a whole new you. You'll also need a new name then. What about Casarthis? That's clever, me likey. So henceforth Cassandra shall be known to the world as Casarthis. That's the spirit, kiddo. Now I'd like to invite you to our little activist group if you want to join us. Would be nice to have you with us for the protests on the Freedom Plaza on Friday. Okay, so alias. An alias name. You know, people on the web. So many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias, then we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. And an activist group that she's associated with. An activist group? Is there anything more specific? Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't remind me. You know I have a history with that place. Already effing me up enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories, and now I was there just moments before this happened. I never should have gone to that damn protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not to me. I was so happy when Goldfels accepted me into thought. I desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to the cause. Think of it this way: if you would not have gone to the protest, then you never would have been wrongfully indicted, and then we would have never met. Yeah, and I would not have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You're not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Thought.
Ka-ching! Is that supposed to be my credit card in a cash register? Something like that, I guess. I hope you like, Chateau Margaux. Great, so you've decided to bankrupt me. Yes, sir, always ready to pull the money out of innocent pockets. Anyway, I got the good stuff. Now I'm headed to my handsome boyfriend Joseph for dinner. Here's the thing. I've got an important appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule, and I can't postpone it. You've got to be kidding me. I'm very sorry, darling. We'll see each other tomorrow. You always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment every effing where. How can you constantly do this to me? Darling, please just calm down. Have you taken your Methorin? Yes, damn it. Is the only thing that matters to you that I am on effing happy pills all day? Darling, please, it's nothing like that and you know it. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. If I don't show up at this appointment, I risk losing a very important client. Fine. Don't you understand that? Oh no, I totally understand. Don't you risk losing that very important client of yours now. Cassie, don't be like that. I get it. I guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Oh, come on, Cassie. Going home now in case I'm getting up on that priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. What's this Methorin? Can you look that up for me, please? Okay, but first, having to catch a bus from there every day is plausible deniability for her. Meaning her presence there before the bombing could be coincidence after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence.
Good. Getting tired of you jumping to your conclusions.
Mm-hmm. Just discovered this hot new band, The Targets. Man, do they rock hard. They're playing a concert in the Cell next week. Who's coming along? Mary, I am looking at you. Punks? Not really my style, sorry, Cass. Can't we just go see Cherry Cheeks sometime? They're not just some punks. Their lead singer is a real cutie, and they had this cool guitarist girl. Plus, they've got a message. What's not to like? No, sorry, it's not for me. Bah, alrighty, you're the one missing out. I'll have them all for myself then. Ooh la la wee wee, no? Having an amazing shopping tour with my Mary, the best friend of all times. But you really should consider paying a visit to your hairstylist soon, darling. Well, that is what happens when you do my hair.
Say that lawyer is a little bit of a doofus when it comes to dealing with someone upset that he can't spend time with her.
Yeah.
Should have said something along the lines of, like, I'm greatly looking forward to sharing that with you as soon as I can get away with it.
I'm gonna trim out some audio of Paula Mayonnaise Kane speaking in tongues and set it as my ringtone. And then when my phone rings, I say, "Excuse me, I gotta take a call from my spiritual advisor." Does that sound good?
That's funny.
I liked it. It's probably not original, but I hadn't heard anybody else say it, so
Yeah.
in this household, I get credit for that one.
How sad. She might be emotionally unstable if she's reliant on this medication. Okay, so there are absolutely other things to look at, to consider here. Oh, it doesn't just replace the photo. Okay, so having every photo might be a... is that actually the same person? Thank you.
Everyone wanted to make sure her cat's okay. She was found kneeling and weeping after the injured officer died.
Well, that was like some months ago.
Say if an authority figure injured a friend beast of mine, I would probably do something that the law wouldn't smile upon.
Yeah. Okay, it was Goldfell's... No, that wasn't the guy's name. Harrison O'Donnell was that. Okay, let's... An activist group called Thought. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. And who is Goldfell's? We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Well, that's her attitude, all right. Well, well, Miss Watergate. We aren't too fond of you either.
That's kind of what I heard from the first.
Looking at what you have extracted so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. I will indicate that to law enforcement. Oh no. Achievement unlocked. Torture myself with whimsies. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell. The Thought.
Uh-oh. Okay, she might not have been involved in the bombing, but it seems like she might have actually been involved in the organization associated with it.
Yeah.
That quote looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. Are the thoughts still free? 403, forbidden. This article is private. Okay, so all of those go to the same 403 page. Freedom is Unfree by Casarthus. It's cams. Cams everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me, or is that more than just a little bit, I don't know, ironic? You probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid, or anti-governmental terrorist. These are only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was just because in the middle of the chaos, someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. One would assume that, in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not, but it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all, which raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet, and careful when there are cameras around, or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all of the web, and now it's in our real lives too. We have been brought to the Freedom Memorial. Since we were kids at school. We were told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride. And I know what you're thinking now. This thing is damn ugly. What is that donut even? The Let Freedom ring? But the statement behind this ridiculously enormous heap of stones should be clear. In the middle of the Capitol, there is a symbol of freedom. Comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? With the cameras there, this is now the Plaza of Unfreedom, if anything at all. Here's Goldfels. Are thoughts still free? I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question, in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. This is from March 2012, some 5 years prior to the events of the game. Dear reader, there is a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. It goes like this. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? They fly like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them, no hunter can shoot them with powder and lead. Thoughts are free. I think what I want and what delights me, still always reticent and as it is suitable. My wish and desire no one can deny me, and so it will always be. Thoughts are free. And if I am thrown into the darkest dungeon, all these futile works, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart, thoughts are free. When I was still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in 1993, I believed this to be a universal truth, that there are no borders for thoughts and no rules for what is or is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people should be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what is going on in our heads until we chose to reveal it. Yesterday a question crossed my mind. If the increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bitstream of it, how can thoughts still be free? Is it not likely that we will communicate only under great mental reservation to hold on to our knowledge, which means as a final consequence we will stop thinking? When I think of the increasingly aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to the total control and safety bigotry of this digital world. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfelds. 3 comments. Guest, March 30th, 2012. Hey Goldfells, interesting name by the way. Just stumbled upon your new blog, and that's some truth you tell here. The web was born in the sense of the ultimate freedom to be who you want to be. Express yourself, wasn't it? Now the Gov has come to threaten this with real name policies and shit. Save your IP so they can look up who you are, so you don't say anything wrong, possibly. About time someone did something. Well, if you didn't have one before, you've just gained yourself your first follower. Frankly, I'm surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog at all. Thank you very much for your kind words. And yes, I am very delighted to have a first follower. Hello, admin. I like your things too. Could you one but now even more? To get a service on search engine optimization independent, others get clicks and more money for you. Now use. Just at mailorate.tna.
Please, spam.
Yep. Goldfells. Articles 5. Registered since March 2012. Last login December 2016. Hold on.
No data chunks in that article of his? Huh.
Mm-mm. Ha! Finally someone who had the grit and explosive to show how futile surveillance is. There are thousands of cameras pointing to a target and the Big Bang still happens. I haven't laughed like this for ages. What now, Mrs. Delacroix? What now? Really, Cassie? You laugh at people being killed? Are you out of your mind? I'm not convinced. An adverse attitude towards violence, implying that she... oh, whoops, wrong person. Which implies to me that she would not have done it, but not that she can't enjoy the results of it. If you think that is her actual attitude, we might be barking up the wrong tree after all. Alright, what we found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. We have to dig deeper. Juliet Carrington. Who is this? Hey, Cassie. Hi, Jules. Cassie, I just wanted to know. Your post on Timelines about this assault. You really shouldn't write something like that. Really, Jules? You're not going to preach to me about this stupid post, are you? No. I just wanted to know what's wrong, Cassie. It's nothing. Just between the two of us. I just had to let off steam, you know? It's because of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, and lots of other shit today. Lots and lots of other shit today. This bombing stirred up all this crap again. You know? You know what I did. What happened there wasn't your fault. Cassie, you hurt that officer to save me, and you succeeded. You mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. How can it not have been my fault? Juliet, I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. FFF. Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't stopped him? And this is why you really should remove this post. I feel like an asshole, the worst kind of asshole. I might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. Oh, Cassie, nobody is innocent. You'll have to let go.
That's an admission of guilt for a previous unrelated crime.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what?
What? Where did that come from now? This is perfect. We can arrest her and open the investigation again. However, we probably won't be able to hold her for long if it really happened in defense of this Juliet. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation.
Oh, jeez.
In Miss Watergate's case, it was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her former record. I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. It'd be better, believe me. Wait a second, somebody's at the door. BRB. Okay, I'll wait. By the way, how's your boyfriend? You're still together? You haven't been talking about him all that much lately. Well, not as much as before. Hello? Are you still there? Cassie? I'll inquire if all went well with arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job in any case. Although we have no proof she is involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. Despite acting in defense of this Juliet, she seems to be quite unstable and a threat. Okay, I just received confirmation that she is now in custody. Very good work indeed. I'm curious about this thought group, though, whether they... Oh god. No. Take a look at the news. Two dead after second explosion? Explosion at Stelligan University campus kills 2 students. Is there a connection to yesterday's assault? Explosive charge set off at Stelligan University in Bonton. At least 2 people dead, 3 injured. Once again, a letter has been received just before the crime. That is horrible. 2 dead, similar approach, same letter found. So these assaults are connected. And as if that wasn't enough already, Miss Watergate was in custody at the time. So that's her out of the picture, at least for this attack. This complicates matters massively. So much for our simple test case. I need to speak to my superiors, see how we are to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking the button at the top right of the desktop. Try and get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. Bonton. Half an hour ago, an explosion occurred at the campus of Bonton University. According to latest reports, at least 2 people were killed, with a further 3 injured severely. The area was evacuated immediately. According to yet unconfirmed statements, the city administration office of Bonton received an anonymous letter just minutes prior to the detonation, which again contained the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei. The thoughts are free. Exactly like the other letter received before the assault on the Freedom Plaza yesterday. We will inform you about any developments on this event as soon as further details are available. Hum, hum, hum. Okay, that's what it was. That's why that was there. Alright, well, I suppose I log out now. Finish work. Based on the data you have submitted, we have learned the following. A severe assault occurred at the Freedom Plaza yesterday. Cassandra Watergate was present there prior to the assault and is thus being investigated. Hints of the involvement of an activist group named Thought have been found. A second assault at Stelligan University occurred, seemingly connected to the first. This suggests Cassandra Watergate is either not only the perpetrator, not the only perpetrator, or not involved at all. Target person, Cassandra Watergate. She has been criminally charged with the injury of a police officer at a past protest at the Freedom Plaza. She is an artist. The former criminal case was closed due to a lack of evidence. She is in a relationship with her lawyer, Joseph Langley. She seems to have undergone a radical change after she joined the activist group Thought. Collected data shows a potentially dangerous personality. More thorough investigation by law enforcement is suggested. Juliet Carrington claimed that Cassandra defended her by injuring the police officer. An arrest has been made. Alright. It's 4:45. The next day is definitely not going to be done in 15 minutes, so I'm going to call this stream a little bit early, and we can proceed to day 2 on Friday. So, thank you for watching. Before the next session of this, though, I will be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern for Thursday Throne, where we will be continuing La Pucelle Tactics. But before you leave, once again, come on, XSplit. Don't do this to me. There we go. Desert Bus for Hope is still driving, so let's go say hey to them. Watch them, support them. They're doing awesome stuff. They're cool people. Yeah. And raid is ready. So click in the button. Hope to see y'all tomorrow.